What's up guys, it's Mystic coming to you guys with another YouTube video. Now I know I haven't made a YouTube video in a while, and I'll be making a separate video explaining why I haven't. Now in this video we're going to go over a computer build. This build was inspired by a friend of mine that I helped him out as far as some suggestions in order to make his computer, and I believe $700 is the absolute sweet spot for a computer build. Now why don't we go ahead and get right into the build. Starting out, it's going to be the Intel Core i5 6500 quad core, perfect CPU. It's not overclockable, but if you're first starting out, you're dropping $700, you don't absolutely need to overclock. It has turbo boost, and I believe this game absolutely plays games just fine. Okay, and you'll be able to do some light recording, streaming, and video rendering on it, so it'll work just fine. Now, motherboard, I went with the Gigabyte GA-H11M S2H GSM Micro ATX motherboard. Now, this motherboard gives you all the features you need. Okay, it's not an overclockable motherboard, so it fits perfectly with the CPU. It has support for your USB 3s, has support for plenty of SATA devices, hard drives, any future upgrades that you want to make. It has plenty of room for that. So that's the motherboard we went with. For memory, I went with one stick of Corsair Vengeance 8GB DDR4 memory. Now the reason why I went with this memory is because I wanted to be able to make it easy for the user to upgrade. So basically, with one stick of 8GB, at some point in time when you want to go ahead and just upgrade and just grab another stick, and RAM is being sold so cheaply right now that 2-3 months down the line you can just drop another DIMM into your system for a dual channel 16 gig memory kit, and you'll be set to go for at least a couple years. All right, now storage. For $700, I was able to fit in an SSD, an ADATA Premier SP550, and that's 240 gigs. Now the reason why I went ADATA is because yes, there is the Samsung SSDs, the Crucial SSDs, Kingston, all those SSDs, and in my opinion, in real world performance and real world applications, you barely see the difference between all these SSDs. Yes, they're a little faster, but you're really not going to notice the difference, especially if you're gaming. Basically you just want those fast loads, getting to Windows quickly, and this is perfect to do it. With Windows 10, it will take seconds to get into your desktop. So this is the reason why I went with ADATA. And basically whatever SSD is out there, as far as the best deal goes, you can't go wrong. Crucial makes excellent SSDs, and they sometimes go on sale. I highly recommend those too. Additional storage, I went with the Seagate Barracuda 1TB. And this is just for your massive storage, your obviously your games, videos, photos, all that stuff. Now, graphics card, I went with the PowerColor Radeon R9 380X 8GB edition. And basically, I think PowerColor is very underrated in some of its GPUs as far as AMD goes. I think they're reliable. They sell very well when they come out with their version of their graphics cards. I hardly ever see any bad reviews on there, and this version on Newegg has been getting very good reviews, very good price for a 380X. It's finally come down in price, and I highly recommend it. Okay, Cooler Master N200 Micro ATX mid-tower case. That's the one I went with. Again, very reliable. It's kind of a very recommended case among some enthusiasts. It has plenty of room for expansion, and you basically get your USB 3 in the front. It has, like I said, it has a lot of room, and we're going to talk about that in just a second. And let's go over the power supply. Power supply, Thermaltake Smart 550 watt 80 plus bronze certified. Again, very reliable. Thermaltake makes some very reliable power supplies. I didn't want to skimp out on anything, that was less of a quality. I try to focus this build on quality. There's a lot of quality components in here, and I made it very easy to upgrade down the line. Obviously, your memory. And one thing I am going to add to the PC PartPicker list, you don't have to get, but it will make the noise levels a lot less, and it'll help you out with some cooling inside the case, would be the Cooler Master Hyper T4. It's basically an aftermarket CPU cooler, just because the Intel stock one can get, you know, kind of loud. So I included that in there. If you want to get it, you know, it'll be less than $700. If you want to grab a hard drive, a DVD drive, that's good too. Again, guys, I hope you liked the video. Again, I'm very proud of this build. Like I said, SSD, killer graphics cards. You'll be able to play 1080p above, 80 frames, mostly high settings on most games. Few games you might be able to get some ultra settings in there, but I absolutely recommend this build for a first time builder. It's not super expensive, it's not super cheap, but it's going to give you a lot of performance. Alright guys, give a thumbs up on the video, and I will catch you in the next one.